Hello and welcome back. This is the Dad Panther. Hope you're having a wonderful day. You could have been anywhere in the world and you chose to stop by and check us out. We are the Critics Collective, and I hope you hit the subscribe button, like, post, retweet, and all that other good stuff. And go ahead and put in the comments, what is your favorite television show? Now, for me, off the top of my head, just thinking, and it could be impartial to what we're going to talk about in a few moments, but I'm going to say The West Wing. I can watch it anytime, whether political or not. It is just great filmmaking, television in general. So today we're going to talk about Leave the World Behind. Now, this came out last year, 2023, and this was on and currently still on Netflix. So this being a Netflix original, this movie ties in really closely to political tension, similar to Civil War, which is a movie that we reviewed that was directed by Alex. You can check that out. And Alex is also with another movie coming up called Warframes, if I'm saying that correctly, which goes into the one-day events of an Iraqi soldier going through a U.S. soldier in Iraq going ahead and kind of giving you their experience in a certain timeline based off of their actual memory. So I'm interested to see that one. Looking forward to that one. Now, this one, Leave the World Behind, this is actually done by the same individual, Sam, that gave you iRobot, and it has an amazing cast that's on here. My first impressions were I was excited to see this. I like watching things that are political. I like things that, you know, get the juices going, get the conversation moving, and especially when you talk about maybe foreshadowing how it's all going to play out in this crazy multicolor marble that spins around in space. So my impression was just, hey, I want to be, I guess, not, it wasn't entertained. It wasn't for educational. It was, I wanted to put a tinfoil hat on. I wanted to go ahead and watch this movie and say, here's my tinfoil hat. Let me put that on. Matter of fact, I mean, it's almost Christmas. It's the closest thing I have, but that's kind of what I wanted, right? Just to be like, oh, you know, one of those where you start on social media and you start scrolling and you're like, oh, where did we go? What happened? And so the negatives I would say for this is this movie was too long. The movie runs at about 2.5 hours almost, and the pacing at moments just kind of didn't move the way it wanted to. And I felt like, I felt like if the pacing was better, I don't think you would have felt the 2 hours, but I felt the 2 hours. I looked at my watch a few times. It felt like it would have been so much more impactful had it been a part one, part two, where you got more depth on those characters and kind of what was happening before what happened. And then also you can tell a deeper story. So I felt like that would have filtered in and you would have had more of a substance to hit it at the end of 2023 and then go into 2024, especially going, you know, near the elections. And it would have been the same buzz conversational wise as the Civil War and some other things that social media went ahead and talked about. Now, the pros that I will say about this is the cast. I thought the cast was well done. I thought the music was done. I thought the look of the shot, there was something about it that was almost like a bourbon or a scotch in a glass, where it was just, this wasn't a beer you crack open or a wine cooler. This was artsy. This had a feel to it. And I really, really appreciated what they were doing. The other thing were some of the Easter eggs, if I can even call them conspiracy Easter eggs. I'm not going to mention anything because I don't want to spoil anything, but they do things that not only hint at the present, but also talk about things in the past. They also throw some stuff out in conversations and rumors for the future, to the point that here, almost a year since this has been out, rated R, keep that in mind, don't have the kids watch it, that whenever something big happens on social media, people do in the comments refer to this movie and say things like, you know, the movie is telling us what's going to happen, or they have to tell us before, you know, The Simpsons, all these other things. And that's what I mean by, it's one of those movies that it's provocative, it gets the people going, something like that. So I will go ahead and put that in there. And at the end of the day, I just think you want to be entertained. You kind of want to go away from something. So without spoiling anything, they do put some things in here that if you miss it, you'll miss what the director was really trying to tell you or what the overall message was. You'll also miss some things that make the ending that much more interesting. So with that being said, it is time to rate this. Now, unless you are Venom and for whatever reason you're at 0, it goes all the way to 5, which we've done secret level. So check that out. But the synopsis on IMDB would say a family's getaway to a luxurious rental home takes an ominous turn when a cyber attack knocks out their devices and 2 strangers appear at their door. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and rate this. Man, I want to rate this a 4. I really do, but I'm going to go with a 3 on this. Even though, like I said, it has a great look. I thought, especially some of the younger talent, did a really good job of making me believe they are who they are and everything. Like the world they place themselves in, kind of wanted more in a dark, I don't want to say fantasy, but in a dark drama kind of way. Because again, we all want to know what happens on this earth when it spins, and we fear what we don't know. But because it was a little long, there's no action that's in it. There's not enough on the suspenseful moments that happen. It doesn't get you more than the Civil War that we had talked about before. And you can go ahead and check out that review. So it's just kind of one of those things. Now, I will say once again, subscribe, like, follow, all this other stuff. Find us on our social media. The information's down there below, and go ahead and check us out. Like I said, we have reviews on multitude of things, and we got stuff that's coming out. So once again, this is the Dad Panther from the Critics Collective, and you could have been anywhere in the world and you chose to be here, and I appreciate that. Until next time, kalika-lika-low.